It's time for Superfast 50. I'm Shivangi Shukla. Let's get started. The centre has banned the Popular Front of India and its affiliates for 5 years now. This comes in the wake of massive pan-India raids against the PFI in which multiple people were arrested. After the notification to ban PFI and other affiliates with immediate effect, the centre issues takedown orders for their websites, social media accounts. After the ban on Popular Front of India, the central government is likely to ban the Social Democratic Party of India now. As per sources, the Union Home Minister Amit Shah might approach the Election Commission of India to prohibit the PFI-affiliated SDPI. BJP spokesperson Shehzad Poonawalla linked to PFI with terror organizations like ISIS. He said and stated that the decision was very much welcoming as these people disturb the social harmony of the nation.
That the PFI is an organization that is an avatar of the Simi. It has links with international terror organizations like ISIS and JMB.
Welcoming centre's decision on PFI ban, Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai stated that the move sends out a big message against zero tolerance to other terror outfit groups in India.
They were doing all anti-national activities and time had come to ban this organization, and with lot of background work, information, cases and information from all over the state, the Government of India under the leadership of Narendra Modi ji and Amit Shah ji has taken a right decision.
K.N. Amalai, Tamil Nadu State President, said that the ban was very articulated in the interest of the country. It was after the ban on Simi that the power moved into the hands of the PFI. He also expressed displeasure upon the links of PFI to JMB.
This is purely a central government's decision based on the law of the land. NIA is an independent agency conducting raids across the country, different circumstances. And later there is a well-established links between PFI and the Jamaat-ul-Mujahideen Bangladesh, JMD. So JMB. So this is all well documented. JMB is a banned organization, Simi is a banned organization.
President of Sufi KHANQAH Association, Sufi Kausar Masdi, welcomed the decision by the central government, further referring to the PFI as an organization responsible for the spreading of hatred and fear in the country.
कि चरमपंथी आतंकी संगठन पीएफआई यानी पॉपुलर फ्रंट ऑफ इंडिया, जिसे प्रतिबंधित कराने के लिए सूफी खानकाह एसोसिएशन पिछले कई सालों से अनवरत ज़मीनी स्तर पर संघर्ष कर रहा था। हमारे उस संघर्ष को और हमारी बातों को, तथ्यों को स्वीकार करते हुए भारत सरकार गृह मंत्रालय ने पीएफआई को 5 वर्षों के लिए प्रतिबंधित कर दिया है। भारत सरकार के इस सराहनीय कार्य का सूफी खानकाह एसोसिएशन स्वागत करता है।
Meanwhile, AIMIM Chief Assuddin Owaisi opposed the ban on PFI, making it about some individuals. He further said that centre cannot ban a group or for a crime of few individuals.
I have always supported democratic approach. This ban on PFI cannot be supported because actions of some individuals who commit crime does not mean that the organization itself must be banned.
National Secretary Arun Singh, speaking on PFI ban, stated that the decision was necessary owing to the fact that the organization had participated in riots.
और जिसमें पूरा का पूरा लग रहा था कि ये षड्यंत्र करके एक राज्य में नहीं कई स्टेट्स में यह प्रॉब्लम देश को तोड़ने का काम कर रहे हैं और हिंसा फैला रहे हैं, तो उसकी जांच होनी चाहिए थी। उसकी जब कई राज्यों का मामला आ जाता है तो एनआईए ही जांच करती है आतंकवादी घटनाओं का, इसलिए हम इस कदम का स्वागत करते हैं।
UP Deputy CM Keshav Prasad Maurya, while commenting on the PFI, said that such an initiative was taken up as a part of a new India under the leadership of PM Modi.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व वाला नया भारत है। यहाँ देश के खिलाफ साजिश करोगे तो भी कुछ ले जाओगे, देश में हिंसा फैलाओगे तो भी रोके जाओगे, और देश के दुश्मनों की आज्ञा लेकर के और देश के विरुद्ध साजिश करके और देश को दहलाने की, देश में हिंसा फैलाने की, देश में का माहौल ख़राब करने की अगर कोशिश की जाएगी तो उसका जवाब निश्चित तौर से मिलना चाहिए। मैं PFI पर जो प्रतिबंध लगाया गया है इसका स्वागत करता हूँ।
In the encounter that broke yesterday at Jammu and Kashmir's Kulgaon district, 2 Jaish-e-Mohammed outfit terrorists were killed by the security forces. According to the police officials, a huge cache of arms and ammunition were recovered in the encounter in which the terrorists were neutralized.
In the last 48 hours in Kulgaon, we did 2 anti-terrorist operations in which 3 Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists were neutralized. Out of these 3, one was a Pakistani terrorist, another 2 were locals. From the last few days, we have been receiving inputs of these movements of these terrorists that they are planning something to do some incidents in the area.
The ED has frozen bitcoins equivalent to worth around 12.83 crore rupees under the provision of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act after an investigation being conducted against one Amir Khan and others relating to the mobile gaming application called eNuggets. Earlier, ED had seized around 17.32 crore in cash in the case. The government has decided to appoint Lieutenant General Anil Chauhan as the next Chief of Defence Staff. According to the Ministry of Defence, he will be also functioning as a secretary to the Government of India. Protests are underway outside the Guardian office over its coverage on the riots in UK's Leicester. They are against the Guardian for linking Hindutva in the riots. A massive boiler explosion was reported from the Vasai area of Palghar district of Maharashtra. According to the fire officials, 3 people have lost their lives, while 8 are seriously injured. The cause of the explosion is still to be ascertained. Union Cabinet has now given its ex post facto approval for the MOU between India and Bangladesh on withdrawal of up to 153 cusecs of water by both countries from border river Kushiara during November 1st to May 31st for their consumptive water requirement. Now, the memorandum of understanding was signed on September 6th between the Ministry of Jal Shakti and Bangladesh's Ministry of Water Resources. Harsh Mahajan, Himachal Pradesh Congress Committee Working President, joined BJP in presence of Union Minister Piyush Goyal. He said that he was in Congress for 45 years and that the party has become directionless and leaderless. He added that there is neither a vision nor workers on grassroots.
कि मोदी जी इस वक्त भारतवर्ष के अकेले लीडर ऐसे हैं जो पूरे भारत को एक ही माला में परोएंगे और देश को आगे ले जाएंगे। तो इसलिए मैंने बड़ा लंबा अरसा कांग्रेस से अपना पीछा छुड़ाया है और इसी हित में लिए मोदी जी को मैं आज ज्वाइन कर रहा हूं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी का ज्वाइन कर रहा हूं।
Liquor businessman Sameer Mahendru, who was arrested by the ED on charges of scam in Delhi's excise policy today morning, has been sent to ED custody by Rouse Avenue Court till October 6th. In the NSA co-location case, Delhi High Court has granted statutory bail to Chitra Ramakrishna, former MD and CEO of the National Stock Exchange, and Anand Subramaniam, former group operating officer and advisor to MD of NSA. Aam Aadmi Party MLA Amanatullah Khan was granted bail today in the case related to the alleged illegal appointments in the Delhi Waqf Board. Khan has been arrested by the anti-corruption branch on September 16 after a raid at his home. The search team, the ACB said, was attacked by his relatives and supporters outside the residence. PM Modi congratulated Giorgia Meloni on winning Italy's general elections. Meloni is Italy's first female prime minister. Honoring the late Lata Mangeshkar on her birth anniversary, PM Modi said that the huge Veena of Ma Saraswati installed at Lata Mangeshkar Chowk in Ayodhya will become a symbol of musical harmony. He said that 92 white lotuses of marble in the Chowk complex depicts Lata's Ji's lifespan.
लता जी मां सरस्वती की एक ऐसी ही साधिका थी जिन्होंने पूरे विश्व को अपने दिव्य स्वरों से अभिभूत कर दिया। साधना लता जी ने की, वरदान हम सबको मिला।
Delhi's Rouse Avenue Court granted more time to Bihar Deputy CM Tejaswi Yadav to file his reply to the CBI plea seeking his bail cancellation in the IRCTC scam case. Court also asked Tejaswi Yadav to appear before it on the next date of hearing, which is October 18th, 2022. Former Defence Minister A.K. Antony was cross-examined before Delhi's Rouse Avenue Court today in connection with the CBI's case concerning the Tatra truck deal. Rouse Avenue Court allows RJD Chief LALU Yadav to travel abroad for medical treatment. He has sought court permission to travel to Singapore for medical treatment from October 10th to October 25th. He is currently out on bail in the CBI and ED cases in the IRCTC alleged scam case. Chandigarh Airport renamed to Shahid Bhagat Singh Airport on his birth occasion today in presence of Punjab CM Bhagwant Mann, Haryana Home Minister Anil Vij and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Raids by State Investigation Agency underway in Pooch district in a terror funding case. More details awaited. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi along with the party leaders and workers resumed the Bharat Jodo Yatra on day 21 from Malappuram. The Board of Control for Cricket in India, President Saurav Ganguly inaugurated a Durga Puja Pandal in Kolkata. Former Indian skipper arrived at Mitali Sangha Community Durga Puja Pandal in Gadia. India has reported over 3,500 fresh COVID-19 cases and over 4,900 recoveries in the last 24 hours, while the active cases are over 40,000. The daily positivity rate now stands at around 1.12%. At least 3 Palestinians were killed and 9 others wounded during an Israeli military raid that was reported from the occupied West Bank town of Jenin. According to the Palestinian officials, troops arrived at the Jenin refugee camp to arrest 2 Palestinians who were suspected of involvement in recent shooting attacks. Pro-Moscow authorities have now occupied Donetsk claimed that residents in the region voted to join Russia in the referendums that the US and its Western allies have dismissed as illegitimate. According to Russia-installed election officials, 99% of the ballots cast in the Donetsk region supported annexation, as did 93% in the Zaporizhzhia region, 87% in the Kherson region, and 98% in the Luhansk region. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris visited the U.S. Navy ship USS Howard in Yokosuka Naval Base in Japan. Harris said that the U.S. will continue to support Taiwan's self-defense. She also said that actions by a number of nations are threatening the rules and norms that govern international relations, specifically pointing out Russia's actions in Ukraine.
Russia is attempting to annex the territory of another sovereign nation as part of its brutal war of aggression against Ukraine. Just a few days ago, the DPRK launched a ballistic missile as part of its illicit weapons program, which threatens regional stability and violates multiple UN Security Council resolutions.
Powerful storm Noru blew off roofs, billboards and uprooted trees as it hit central Vietnam, packing winds of up to 130 kilometers per hour. The storm also caused a widespread blackout, affecting over 1 million households in the several provinces around. According to officials, the typhoon has been downgraded to a tropical depression after making landfall. High officials issued warnings for heavy rain and flooding brought by approaching tropical storm Noru, which is expected to reach northeastern Thailand tomorrow. Authorities expect Noru to bring downpour and flash floods in northeast and central Thailand and waves of up to 3 to 5 meters high in the Gulf of Thailand from tomorrow until October 1st. Hurricane Ian has whipped up strong waves as storm barreled toward Florida. More than 2.5 million Floridians have now been warned to evacuate as Hurricane Ian marched closer to the state's west coast. The hurricane pounded Florida Keys from Key West, Florida to Marathon, Florida. after Hurricane Ian tore into Cuba. Up to 11 million people were left without electricity. According to National Electric Company, they said that they had turned the power off in the area ahead of the storm to avoid electrocutions and to prevent fires. Dozens of female activists gathered outside the Iranian embassy in Mexico City to participate in a rally following the death of Mahsa Amini, who died in police custody. Protesters spray-painted the slogans on the embassy walls, and some of the women also cut off their hair in support of Amini. And just like protesters in Mexico City, dozens of protesters in Barcelona gathered in front of Barcelona's City Hall to participate in the rally following the death of Mahsa Amini, who died in a morality police custody. According to sources, protesters were chanting slogans, holding placards, dancing and singing. Some of them were seen cutting off their hair as well. Women from Argentina took to the streets in Buenos Aires in solidarity with Iranian protests. The feminist movement in Argentina there joined the international outcry for Mahsa Amini, as Iranian Kurdish woman who had died in custody after being detained by the morality police. The group carried out demonstrations in front of Iran's embassy in Buenos Aires. Japan's PM Fumio Kishida met the president of Sri Lanka, Ranil Wickremesinghe, and expressed his gratitude to him for attending the state funeral of former leader Shinzo Abe. Japan's PM Fumio Kishida greeted Cambodia's Prime Minister Hun Sen in Tokyo a day after the state funeral for former leader Shinzo Abe. Kishida said that he would like to further strengthen the bilateral relations between Cambodia and Japan while carrying on the diplomatic legacy inherited by Abe. Dutch Foreign Minister met with his South Korean counterpart Park Jin in Seoul to discuss bilateral cooperation in fields including economy and national security, along with the pending issues of the Korean Peninsula. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg is in a speech at a meeting of the group of the Progressive Alliance of Socialists and Democrats in the European Parliament, commented on a potential use of nuclear weapons by Russia against Ukraine and said that Russia must know that a nuclear war cannot be won.
Any use of nuclear weapons is absolutely unacceptable. It will totally change the nature of the conflict. And Russia must know that the nuclear war cannot be won and must never be fought.
Supporters of the Iraq's influential cleric Muqtada flocked toward Baghdad's Green Zone government area as the Iraqi parliament holds sessions on the resignation of its speaker. According to sources, SADR supporters were seen waving flags at the Jumhuriya Bridge, which leads to the Green Zone. German breweries are suffering from a lack of carbon dioxide as record gas prices prompt the fertilizer industry to reduce production. As only 30 to 40% of usual CO2 supplies were available, the price of CO2 has increased multiple times to almost 3,500 euros per ton from at least less than $100 per ton a year ago. As a result, breweries had now cut off the production of some products such as mineral water and lemonade to continue producing beer. A 14-year-old youth was killed and 4 other students wounded in a shooting near a northwest Philadelphia high school athletic field after a football fight. Police said players were walking off the field behind Roxborough High School after a tussle involving 3 schools when at least 2 people opened fire before fleeing on foot. No arrests have been immediately reported. An outbreak of Ebola on the Ugandan town of Mubende has prompted health authorities in the Kenyan border town of Busai to heighten surveillance to prevent the virus disease from spreading across the border. Travelers and truck drivers traveling from the DRC, Burundi, South Sudan and Uganda going through the Kenyan border now have to undergo screening at the Busai border crossing. Kazakhstan hosts the latest Red Bull soapbox race. People bought their crazy soapbox carts and wore outrageous outfits to be a part of the race. Batman, Minions, Scooby-Doo and Jack Sparrow were among the entrants.
В 130 странах мира сегодня стало... Молодцы, ребята!
And the body of famed US extreme skier Hillary Nelson, who went missing this week after she fell from a world's 8th highest mountain, was recovered and transported to Nepal's capital. According to sources, the rescuers located Nelson's body after multiple attempts were done on Tuesday and Monday. They further said that the rescue operation was hampered due to bad weather.